Hello and welcome back to The Morning After. From Engadget, my name is Matt Smith, and each week I take you through the biggest, most interesting tech stories of the last 7 days. This week we'll be talking about Meta's new midlife crisis, smart glasses, we'll be talking about Tesla's new Robotaxi tests, and Apple addressing some of the complaints we've had about their latest betas. Let's get stuck in. Meta's first foray into smart glasses involved some design help from Ray-Ban. Now it's moving even further with a dedicated sports set with some help from Oakley. Yes, Meta is taking aim at your dad or me or people between my age and your dad's age. These are the Oakley Meta Houston, that's how you pronounce it, even though it's just HSTN. Meta says they're made for athletes, but in my mind, they're made for those guys you see at Costco. And don't get me wrong, I love a good Costco. Now, despite rumors that Oakley were gonna move the camera to the nose bridge, these are more of the same and look pretty similar, at least technology-wise, to what we saw from Ray-Ban. These first models keep the lens to the side of the frame with the recording light on the other. There are some upgrades though. A new ultra-wide 12 megapixel camera means these can record in 3K resolution, which is a pretty big jump from the 1080p available on the Ray-Ban models. There's other upgrades too. The battery is now rated for up to 8 hours of use, which is a big increase from the Ray-Ban models, in fact, double the battery life. Oakley's might seem a little bit different to Ray-Ban's, but they're both owned by the same identical multinational corporation. While Meta's Ray-Ban series are kind of understated and timeless, Oakley's ones they just look like Oakley's, let's just say that. Expect to see lots of vibrant lens choices. There'll be a red iteration, black, and even a deep sea, which I assume just means blue. I hope it means blue. Interestingly, the first limited edition run of the Houston smart glasses will have gold accents and black lenses. Wait, gold accents? Didn't we hear something about that the other day? And those will cost, wait for it, $499 and will go on sale July 11th. Tesla quietly launched its Robotaxi service in Austin, Texas last Sunday for a small group of very vocal test passengers. The rollout included only a small number of cars and some very heavy human supervision. But that cautious rollout was probably for the best. One video shared online showed the tester's wheel jerking back and forth and a car briefly crossing over into the wrong lane. Although interestingly enough, in the footage, the in-car supervisor didn't appear to have to do anything. Other early riders mentioned that some of the Robotaxis crept over the speed limit as well, which probably isn't a good thing either. And hello to all the angry Tesla supporters watching this video. Thank you for the views, and I hope you enjoyed your rides around Austin and presumably your Oakley smart glasses that you'll buy next month. Sorry, I don't know what got into me there. I probably need to just relax. Obviously, I'm not in my normal situation. This isn't where we normally film the TMA, so maybe the jet lag's kicking in. Maybe I need to tone it down, and that's what Apple has been doing as well. It's readdressed some of the design changes it made during WWDC. One of the main issues was to do with its new liquid glass design with transparent overlays and multiple layers of interface when you're using iOS or Mac OS. The issue was with some elements like the drop-down control center, they would overlap, making it kind of jarring and difficult to read. However, on the second developer beta of iOS 26, which was recently released, if you're testing, Apple has increased the darkness and blur on those elements, making it easier to read and discriminate between the layers. The other visual tweak is so minor and small that we do have to talk about it, and it involves Mac OS Tahoe and the Finder icon. Stay with me. The previous beta flipped the colors of the icon, meaning it was white where it was meant to be blue, and blue where it was meant to be white, leaving Engadget readers, listeners, and parasocial fans completely and utterly furious. And if you don't know what's wrong, that reverses decades of Mac design, which is quite obviously sacrilege. Death Stranding 2, the latest game from video game creator, author, and overall enigma, Hideo Kojima, is out now. It's a sequel to the meandering but critically acclaimed Death Stranding. And that means, yes, Norman Reedus is back, walking around and pondering on philosophical points yet again. And to commemorate the launch, Kojima Productions has unveiled another, this time, final trailer. And somehow it is 6 minutes long. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure how, and I've been told there is a sprinkling of spoilers in there, so if you're looking to really get everything out of DS2, maybe don't watch it for now. And that was this week's edition of TMA. Thanks once again for watching along, and I hope you enjoyed this brief but interesting foray to Brooklyn, New York for this week's edition. We'll be back in my weird flat with my weird backlighting next week, but until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.